Good afternoon. It is December 14th. We're going to go over the trades that I made today and what happened with the ones off my watch list. So first up on the docket is KYNC. Now, if you remember, I was holding this overnight. I entered at 1-1, somewhere right in that neighborhood yesterday. Looking at the action today, I actually hopped out at 1-3-2 at roughly 9:38 a.m. Nice little gain on that one. It was a small position, unfortunately, only at 100,000 shares. I wound up $210 on that one. Nice 20% winner there. And I sold a little too soon. You know, it topped out right around 0.15, but then it's been fading, and then there's a big rug pull here. And it's starting to come back now in the afternoon, but nothing I'm going to play there. So that was definitely a decent trade, and the reason it worked out so well is that they actually had a PR this morning. I was going to sell before the close yesterday, but you can see that volume surge right at the end of the day, so it made me maybe question whether they were going to have a PR or something was going to be announced today. And it was, so it worked out pretty well for me. Even if it hadn't, I was hoping for a 5% win, wound up with a 20% win, so not bad. The other trades I took today, let's take a peek. GRTX was the one loss I took today. This is just kind of a silly trade on my part. It's a small cap NASDAQ, not something I'm super comfortable or proficient at trading. And I bought in at 283 right in here. It gapped up huge this morning. Over doubled, and I was looking for this trend reversal to continue and hopefully approach VWAP somewhere in that neighborhood. So I bought in right in this area at 283, and then it failed almost immediately, and I cut it like 271, which was actually a good sell. As you can see, it's continuing to fade. So probably won't touch NASDAQ, small cap NASDAQ's under VWAP late in the day when they've been under VWAP pretty well all day. Again, did not work out very well for me. The other trade that I took today was just basically a scratch win, KULR. Now I bought this one right in here at 287. As it bounced a little bit, and the reason I bought this one is actually completely based off from the 1 year 1 day chart. You can see that it's bounced off 280 multiple times over the past couple of months, and so that's what I was looking for, was a bounce off from that 280 level. I entered at 287. I held through this chop fest and was risking off from 280. I just sold this a few minutes ago at 289. Somewhere right in here, yeah, right there on that little drop. Mainly just because I expected it to do something more today. I might kick myself tomorrow when it has a solid green day, but better to be safe than sorry. You know, it could sink below 280s post market and continue downward and gap down and have me be stuck in it. So sold that one for a scratch win. Now we're going to touch base on what I had on my watch list this morning. AXXA. Now, if you remember from the watch list this morning, we were looking for a morning panic dip buy to the 0.5 level. It actually had some strength out of the gate. It ran up pretty strong all the way to 0.0875. But then later in the morning, it dropped down to the 5.5 level. There's a little bit of a bounce there, but it wasn't a solid enough panic for me. The best one would have been right here. When it dropped down to 0.068 and then recovered back up to 0.08. That would have been a good panic dip buy to buy, but where it just run up so much, I wanted to stick to my original plan. And eventually, look at that, support right there, 0.05. But it wasn't a sharp enough drop for me to be interested in morning panic dip buy. Let's look at JPEGs. Now, if you remember from the watch list, this one we were looking for a 0.025 area support. Look at that, dropped to 0.024 just for 2 minutes. Other than that, it based right around 0.025, and then this was a really, really good bounce, and I'm sad that I missed it. I must have been paying attention to my other positions at that time, because that would have been perfect. 0.025 right there, boom, ride it up to 3. That's solid. That's a good play. And OWUV. So if you remember from the watch list, we are looking for a morning panic dip buy to 0.15 area. Ooh, look at that. 0.153. So as you can see, I've actually picked the support levels really, really well today. Make sure that you drop a comment if you want me that to be the next video in the Trading 101 video series on how to identify support and resistance on charts. I'm pretty proficient at it, so I think I can do a pretty good video of that. Just make sure drop a comment, let me know if that's what you want to see. UAM was the last one on the watch list that I had this morning. Did nothing. I was basically just a scratch. No volume, not really any price action that I would play. So that one did not set up like I was hoping it would. Finishing up the day with the overnight hold, we are up $181 today. So not a bad day, a little bit slower than the past few. But overall, the market was a little slower, so I'm happy with my performance today. And tomorrow I'll be off, so there won't be a pre-market video or a aftermarket video. Just a heads up. We'll catch up with you guys on Thursday. Goodbye for now.